We visited Northampton town in the UK to see family members, and we stayed at this particular Premier Inn. I want to do a quick review of this particular Premier Inn. This particular Premier Inn is located in a very nice area, so simply it's not really around the crowded town center or city center. So, but it's just located in a very nice environment. I'm talking about in terms of the natural environment. We're a family of four and we arrived in the night, and I have to say that the staff at the reception was really very helpful. Something I really like about this particular Premier Inn is that they have free parking, unlike around city center or town center, whereby either you have to pay for parking or you have to struggle to really find a space to park. So because this is located outside the town, and that really means that they have enough parking space. Checking in, you have one of those fancy modern day credit card side card that you just use at the door of your room, and then that lets you in. You go green and it lets you in. And most hotels nowadays, this is what they really use to be able to kind of like a replacement for the old style key. Because we're a family of four with young children, so this particular room is a family room. So when you enter the room, so what you see in terms of the bed, so I always say that whenever I get into any hotel room, the bed is the most important. So when you get into, you have three beds, so one bed in the middle, so which is like double size bed, and then that bed will sleep two people, and then you then have two other beds, so one on the left and then one on the right side of the double side bed. So on both beds on the other side, they are kind of like they are a single bed. So, and in a way, actually, all these beds, they do have like maybe like a tire or roller under them, so which means you can actually reshape the room if you want, or maybe let's say you can rearrange the room. So but for us, it's just really fine like that. So we just have those beds. So two kids, to one sleep on one and then the other one on the other side. So, and this is something that's really very important really in terms of bed. So you want a bed that's comfy. So, and I have to say that the bed was really comfy. And also by the side of the double side bed, you have two lights just on both sides, so which is usually nice as well. So which they do have a switch on both of them, so which you can turn them on when while you're on the bed.
Something I must mention for this type of budget hotel is also that they usually provide duvet. So the bed sheet, the duvet are usually provided, because I saw some guests who were carrying some duvet from their car, and I thought I should mention this as well, that they usually provide duvet, and also they provide towels as well. So we had enough towels to use.
Something else that is really very important is the bathroom, and in the bathroom really it's just one of those ones whereby you just have the bath. It's not the bath whereby you also have shower just as part of it, so it's kind of like a 2-in-1 really. So, and then you have obviously the toilet, so, and then also you have the sink. So it's just one of those one that you just have what you need really, and that I think that is good enough. And then you have a lot of towels as well, and again, because we're a family of four, we have enough towels that is there for us to be able to use when we had our shower. And then in terms of soap, nowadays they do have this sort of like a soap dispenser, so which you have one for the hand washing, so which is really close to the sink for washing hand, and then you have the one as well which is just inside the bath, so which you just kind of like use that dispenser. So gone are the days where some of these kind of like budget hotel whereby they have to maybe provide soap and bar soap and all of that. So nowadays it's just dispenser, and we've noticed that trend actually in most of the budget or style hotel that we stay in the UK. Inside the room as well, there's this chair as well, which is just nicely positioned on the side there, so which you can sit there as well, and then you have a little table just by the side as well, and that as well is really a nice and comfortable chair as well. And then you have another table as well, so which is really nicely positioned as well, so which there is a chair there as well. And then you have on that table, you have a number of things there. You have the TV, so which is there for people that love entertainment actually, because we have kids, our children, they turn it on for a bit. And then you have some of the national TV channels there, the BBC, ITV, and some other, a lot of other ones as well actually. And then on that same table as well, you have the coffee and teas. So coffee and tea with milk as well. And then, this is something that is really very common as well in majority of the budget hotel in the UK. So which you have a mug and glass cups as well, 2 mugs and 2 glasses, and also you have 2 spoons as well. So, and then, so with the teas and coffee, so which are just usually in sachet, and then you can open it and use to have some drink if you want. And then also obviously there is a kettle there, and I have to say that the kettle as well, I like the way they just have it, because it's kind of like a wireless, you just put it on the dock, and then in terms of like the wire, I think the wire cable is just tucked underneath somewhere, so which means that you don't really need to be pulling any cable. You just turn it on from the switch, and then you can have the kettle on. And just on that table as well, they do have the menu for for breakfast. So maybe you're there, I mean, we're just there for a night, and then also the particular location is not far from our family member that we visited, so we didn't really wanted the breakfast. So usually when we stay at budget hotel that most of the time away from home, we tend to usually have their breakfast, which is usually very nice, actually, like a buffet, or maybe say how you can eat breakfast. So but this particular time, we stayed not too far from a family member, so we just decided to just go to a family member to have breakfast with them. And then also there is the eating system for the room. So there's the instruction on the table as well that tells you about giving some short instruction on kind of like the eating system. And the eating system as well is just nicely positioned as well on the wall there, so which you can turn it on, so it shows you the room temperature, and then you can increase that temperature. You can take it up if you think the room is cold, and so we had to take it up a little bit for ourselves to keep the room warm. And after increasing that temperature, it came not too long, and then the room was nice and warm for her. As well, they do have the area where you can actually hang your clothes, and I think that as well is kind of like a very nice with hangers there. And also there are also areas where you can just put your clothes on there, and as well, and where you can put your shoes as well. So all of these spaces are just there, and I think that was actually really good enough as well to be able to put your clothes and some of your belongings on there. Seriously, I was a bit disappointed that in terms of the socket, the imagine family of 4, we all had our phone. Well, not all of us, 3 of us had our phone, and we have tablet on as well. So to charge our phone and the mobile kind of like a devices, having just 2 sockets, that wasn't good enough. And actually, how we actually say it's one really, because one of the 2 is for the TV, and then the other, so just 1 socket. And so in terms of like a lot of Premier Inn that we stayed in, and also Travel Lodge and some other budget hotel, they seem to usually have more multiple sockets where you can charge your mobile devices. So just have one, I think that was a little bit disappointing. Even nowadays, a lot of hotels don't even use this anymore. So whereby you need this, and then you just plug like that. A lot of hotels nowadays, they tend to just have an outlet where you just slot this in, and then you can just charge your phone or your devices. So, and then to only have 1 socket where we have to put this in, I thought that was really a bit disappointing. Will I say a Premier Inn again? Yes, I would do, because I've stayed at a lot of Premier Inn before, and also Travel Lodges. So we just kind of like a choose variety of hotels as well, where we do stay in most of the time. And so this particular one as well, it wasn't that bad. Yes, I'll say that. So that was okay and good enough service.